Ravens fans, imagine losing one of the key players on our offense right now. As we head into the final stretch of the season, Zay Flowers, the guy who makes our offense unpredictable, could be out for the next game against the Texans. He hasn't practiced in recent days because of a shoulder injury, and that's got everyone on edge. Will he recover in time? Or will the Ravens have to manage without him at such a crucial moment? Stick with me till the end, because I'll tell you everything that's going on and how it might impact our upcoming games. Go Ravens! Zay Flowers is undoubtedly one of the most exciting pieces of the Ravens offense, but his physical condition has raised alarms after the last game, the Steelers. Even though it was a fantastic night for him, with 5 receptions totaling 100 yards and surpassing 1,000 yards on the season, what stuck with everyone was the violent hit he took after a spectacular 49-yard reception. The play was beautiful, but the hit at the end left its mark. Flowers injured his shoulder and was seen with a sling on Sunday, sparking immediate concern about his availability for the crucial Christmas game, Texans. This injury comes at a delicate time in the season, where every game matters even more, and Flowers' absence could mean a lot for the team. He's not just a guy who makes big plays, he's the one who changes how defenses play against us. Without him, the Ravens' offense loses speed, unpredictability, and a constant threat that keeps opponents on their toes. Seeing Flowers miss 2 straight practices left fans nervous, because he's the type of player who can win games, especially in such important matchups. The big question now is whether he will recover in time to play on Monday, and that uncertainty has put the team in a tough spot. Coach John Harbaugh has expressed optimism about Flowers' condition, but there are no guarantees he'll be ready. And it's not just about Flowers. Other players are also dealing with injuries. This growing list of injuries raises more concerns about the overall state of the team, something that became even clearer with the injury report from the latest practice. Without Zay Flowers, the Ravens' offense loses a game-changing player. He's the kind of guy who can turn a regular play into something extraordinary, whether it's with his speed or his ability to shake defenders. Plus, having him on the field forces opposing defenses to worry about it, which creates opportunities for other players to shine. Without Flowers, the offense becomes more predictable, and that could be a problem, especially against a team like the Texans, who are fighting for an important. Flowers has been a safety valve for Lamar Jackson in tough moments. His ability to create separation from defenders and gain extra yards after catches is unique on the roster. Without him, the pressure falls on other receivers like Rashad Bateman and Odell Beckham Jr., who will need to step up and keep the offense moving. The real question is whether the offense can adjust if Flowers isn't playing, or if we'll see a drop in production in such a critical game. This situation raises another concern. How will the offensive balance work without Flowers? With key games ahead, every match is crucial to secure a strong playoff position. If his absence is already worrying, the fact that other key players are missing from practice only complicates things further, as highlighted by this week's injury report. Coach John Harbaugh tried to calm the situation by saying he's optimistic about the possibility of Zay Flowers playing on Christmas Day, but this statement doesn't erase all doubts. The fact that Flowers is wearing a sling and missed 2 consecutive practices shows that the situation needs to be handled with caution. Even if he's able to play, the concern is that rushing him back too soon could worsen the injury, putting not just the Texans game at risk, but the rest of the season as well. Harbaugh's confidence comes from his experience in dealing with difficult situations, but also from his need to keep the team's morale high. He knows how important Flowers is for the offense and how his absence changes the dynamics of the game. However, the coach is also aware that the final decision has to be based on the player's health. Rushing him back could be costly both for Flowers and the team. This optimistic stance, however, isn't enough to reassure fans who want to see Flowers healthy on the field, but also understand that his recovery should come first. And it's not just him. Harbaugh will also need to manage other key players who are injured and could miss time. Among them is Nelson Agholor, whose absence further complicates the receiver situation, forcing adjustments in a unit that's already facing challenges. Well, we're past the halfway point of the video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left your like yet. It's really important for YouTube to keep recommending my content, and this way I'll keep bringing updates for you. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free. Thanks. Now let's continue. On one hand, the desire to see Zay Flowers back on the field is huge, but on the other, the risk of him returning before he's fully recovered is concerning. Shoulder injuries can be tricky, and a wrong hit could make things much worse. Not only would this hurt his performance in the Texans game, but could also sideline him for even more important matchups later in the season. The Ravens can't afford to lose such an important player at this crucial moment. Another point is the psychological and physical toll this could take. Playing through pain or being limited by an injury directly affects any athlete's confidence. Flowers could end up hesitating on plays where he'd normally excel, which would harm both his performance and the team's overall offense. Plus, the attack becomes more vulnerable as opponents exploit any sign of weakness in their strategies. That's why the decision to play him must be made with great care. Coach Harbaugh and the Ravens medical team understand how crucial Flowers is, but they also need to think long while they handle this delicate situation. The good news is that other players like center Tyler Linderbaum seem to be close to returning, which could provide some relief to the team. Zay Flowers is not just a good player. He's the one who gives life to the Ravens offense. In only his second season, he's already surpassed 1,000 yards, proving he's one of the team's most reliable receivers. More than that, his ability to turn plays into game-changing moments makes him a key difference-maker on the field. When Flowers is playing, the Ravens' offense gets a boost of energy that often leads to victories. Beyond the stats, his impact is felt across the entire offensive scheme. His speed and ability to create separation force opposing defenses to pay extra attention, opening up opportunities for other players like Mark Andrews and Odell Beckham Jr. without him. The offense loses not only productivity, but also the pressure it can put on opponents. That's why his absence would be a tough blow, especially at such a critical point in the season. Flowers is the kind of player who elevates the whole team, and that's why his recovery is so eagerly awaited. With crucial games ahead, his presence on the field could be the difference between winning and losing. Now, everything depends on how he recovers in the coming days, and the fans are on edge, hoping for good news and looking forward to seeing him back strong and healthy to help the team shine. Ravens fans know that Zay Flowers is special, and it's impossible not to be on edge, hoping for his recovery. Everyone wants to see him on the field at Christmas, making those incredible plays that get the crowd. But at the same time, there's an understanding that his health must come first. Rushing his return too soon could be dangerous and end up further hurting the Ravens' campaign this season. The game against the Texans is important, but having Flowers ready for the playoffs is even more crucial. He has the ability to change the course of a game with just one play, and the team needs him at his best to face the challenges ahead. Meanwhile, the fans are closely following updates, hoping the treatment works, and that he returns to the field as quickly as possible. Regardless of what happens, the impact of Flowers is undeniable, and the team knows how much he means. Now, it all depends on how he feels in the coming days and how the Ravens medical team manages his recovery. With so many challenges ahead, the hope is that Zay Flowers will continue to be the player who defines the Ravens' offense in the most important moments. Zay Flowers is a key piece of the Ravens' offense, and his situation is concerning not only because he may miss the next game, but also because of the impact it could have in the crucial stretch of the season. Now, the big question is, will the team be able to maintain its momentum if he's not on the field? Or do you think the offense can adapt without our top receiver? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything about the team.